So here I am in the Florida Keys with a 5-gallon collection tank set up, ready to go out and collect fish. And what a beautiful time it was. This was back a year ago, June of 2020. I made my way down to the Florida Keys and went out and collected some tropicals. I want to show you what I got here. I got a banded butterfly and a four-eye butterfly, juvenile parrotfish, and you can see a French angelfish here as well. And my tank, if you hadn't seen one of my videos, because I hadn't uploaded in probably over a year, is looking absolutely stunning. It's an old aquarium. I got the angelfish, the butterfly fish in there, and they've only been in there for a few days here at this point. And I've wanted to wait because butterfly fish, you know, they're difficult to keep. Most of the hobbyists only are able to keep them for a few months. And I wanted to give it, you know, 5-6 months before I posted a video. And here it is now, April of 2021, and I'm finally getting around to posting a video. But what we're looking at is the June 2020, when these little babies went right into the tank. Now, as it turns out, the only one that survived is the Foureye Butterfly, which surprised me. I thought he would be the first to go. Angelfish are usually extremely hardy, and normally you don't have any trouble with them. You can see my frog spawn is just fantastic. I keep giving pieces away to other hobbyists, and it just keeps growing and growing, and it's just doing well. The bubble coral is immense. I decided to give that to another hobbyist as well. I've had it for a decade or so, and I just wanted to make some space in the tank. Now these two little guys, the butterflies, are just what a pleasure they were to have in the aquarium. But to be honest, after a few weeks, the banded butterfly, he didn't make it. He was looking stronger in the original tank, collection tank I had down in the Keys, than the four-eye, but when it turned out, he just didn't make it. The queen angel didn't make it either. Now, I didn't notice at the time until I got him in my main aquarium here. You may have noticed, but when I put him in, there's a lump. I don't know if it's a fluke, but something's wrong. It's underneath the scales, and you know, I didn't see it, and eventually something happened. Whether it was that parasite or something else, the angelfish didn't make it, and that was pretty sad because that was a beautiful specimen, but it did have that little lump on the back towards the dorsal fin, between the dorsal fin and the tail fin. Take a look here, what I'm talking about, if you can notice. But nevertheless, the tank was looking beautiful, and I just wanted to catch you up to date. Everything's been fabulous. My four-eye butterfly is still alive. You see him here eating Tupperflex worms. I don't know what he ate for many months. I usually put them in a quarantine tank and try to keep them there for a few months when I'm talking strictly about butterfly fish, while I figure out what they will eat. And I just end up never being able to get them out of the quarantine tank. So this year I took a different tack and put the fish after quarantine as soon as I could. I put the butterfly fish right in the main tank, and actually that worked for me because this is an older tank. It has a lot of life in it. When I mean life, all that macro life that we don't normally see, things like the little worms and crustaceans and who knows what all is in the rocks and in the coral heads and the root of the corals. And that butterfly, I never could get him to eat anything I put in the tank at all for many, many months. That was free floating in the water, frozen foods, any kind of food. And eventually, I don't know, he just kept looking good, and he was picking on the corals, and he was picking on the rocks, mostly picking on the rocks. He didn't kill any of my corals. I still am afraid that as he gets larger and larger, you can see it has grown since last June, but he's still a very small butterfly. But as he gets larger and as he continues to pick on corals, if he's going to decimate my coral heads, I don't know, but I don't mind finding out. And if we don't try, we won't know. So, you know, each specimen is different, but each species may have particular corals that they pick on and some that they leave alone. I wouldn't mind seeing what happens here. He doesn't seem to want to pick on the gorgonians at all, but he does pick on the other, and he doesn't pick on the monopore, but he does pick on, I think, the mushrooms and the softies a bit, but nothing has died off on me. But after trying stuff, I've tried chopped clams, I tried clam on a half shell, you know, I tried frozen sea worm type of things, and you know, if it was floating in the water column, he just didn't want to go for it. Clam on a half shell, he kind of got excited about that, but I didn't really get him to eat on that. Usually he couldn't compete with the other fish, and eventually, as you see him here, I found some frozen tubiflex worms, and I put them into this cleaning magnet with like a Burlo, what do you call it? A scrubby. I put them in this cleaning magnet with the kind of like a scrubby over top of it, and then I could push the frozen worms down in there, and it holds it into that as a solid place that he can just pick off of. Something about butterflies, I want to pick off of something rather than eat it straight out of the water column. And he's doing great. And so I got a bunch of these frozen tubiflex worms. I also have freeze-dried black worms, and once I taught him how to eat off of this platform like this, I can put any frozen food in there, and he just about goes for just about anything I put in there now, as long as he can pick off this thing. So it's been a great success with this four-eye butterfly, and I will, well, as time goes on, who knows how many years it will be, on what will happen as he grows, but I'll keep you informed on what corals he picks on, or what corals he decimates, because he does pick on all the different corals, but he doesn't destroy them. Now, I had a butterfly, some few years back, that when I put him in the tank, I think it was a Klein's, and he destroyed one of my corals, one of my softies. Well, he took out a third of it, and then I removed him from the tank immediately. But we'll see what happens. So you may think this is crazy, but this is the kind of craziness that helps people learn, and we can all learn from each other, and even our failures or mistakes, or even our fooling around like this, can better understand the specimens we have, and the things we can keep together, and the things we can't. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.